Yes, thank you very much, Semra, as always. And while we were trying to figure out the permutations and who needs what from where in the console group, here in the mobile group, it's a little bit easier, isn't it, Wes? Because we have FIREWOLF taking on ABDUTCH, both being handed 1-0 losses by our current, well, group leader, and he's guaranteed to feature in our final later on, Talent Suite. We're kind of looking at this match as, okay, well, this is a straight head-to-head. Whoever wins here takes all the spoils and is able to earn that rematch against the man waiting in the finals.
Yeah, well, goal difference is level, points are level, goals scored level, goals conceded level. So if this ends in a 0-0 draw, or a draw at all, I don't even know how it's going to be decided, but that's, again, what we have our good friends with the production team who are able to decipher that. But it is, as we said, it is a winner-take-all. You win this game, you punch your ticket to the grand final. And again, between FIREWOLF and ABDUTCH, I don't think there's going to be much between them, we'd seen both of their gameplays here today.
There shouldn't be, in theory, and you're right, thank you to the Adrenaline team that are in the back making sure that, A, the production looks fantastic, but also that the rules are being abided by and that we don't have to be figuring out those tiebreakers, Wes, because like you say, I wouldn't even want to guess what would happen in that type of scenario. We don't manifest that because, again, the mobile group stage today, despite only being 2 goals across the 2 games, has been fast, frenetic, and a very quick pace, so we should see goals.
I mean, you could go rock, paper, scissors if you really wanted to try and separate everybody. I'm not quite sure. As we see, it is FIREWOLF in the home kit from left to right on your screen, and ABDUTCH from right to left in the changed away strip of FC Bayern München.
Absolutely. Here in our mobile group stage, who will be joining Talent Suite in that grand final later on? It's got to be one of these two. I know that much for sure. Of course, the Thailand representative will be having the psychological edge over either of these two, having won 1-0 both times against our players here. ABDUTCH with Musiala into FIREWOLF's box, but cannot quite break the lines as of yet. He's building now, though. Harry Kane slots one into Serge Gnabry. Back to Harry Kane! Brilliant build-up. On a plate to the man on the right-hand side, and he returns the favour. 1-0, Harry Kane.
Yeah, it's just a delicately chipped ball. It beat De Ligt to the punch as De Ligt tries to delete it. You can see there what it means to ABDUTCH. He's delighted with that goal, but it just lofted over the top of De Ligt. And if you've got an unmarked Harry Kane, again, chances are if you're inside the 6-yard box and it's a header, Harry Kane will happily put that into the back of the net for you.
Well, early advantage goes to our FC Bayern München club final representative from Belgium. That puts all the pressure onto FIREWOLF, and he's got defending to do here again. Corner swung in towards the goal scorer. In 25 has been one-way traffic, and Lima is trying to sneak in behind. Cannot stretch out a limb to connect with it, and that will be a bit of respite now, I feel, for FIREWOLF. The opening 25 was one-way traffic, but still plenty of mobile eFootball here to play.
Yeah, it's a fascinating set of circumstances we find ourselves in here. It's very rare that you have everything level from 2 players who are left to be qualified into a grand final. Well, at the moment, it is an advantage to the Belgian ABDUTCH. And you quite rightly said, all the pressure seemingly has fallen onto FIREWOLF.
Here's how things have played so far. This is our final group stage match to be played at the club finals here in the Allianz Arena. And look at this from FIREWOLF, threatening in the final third. But it's always interesting to see who is intimidated by this grand stage, this grand arena, and who rises to the occasion. So far it has been ABDUTCH, but here comes FIREWOLF. Serge Gnabry far side, looking for Harry Kane. That's a good save. That's a very good save to deny FIREWOLF a potential equaliser. Still in a dangerous area, finally hoofed out to Leroy Sané. But that's a very important save, and this will be the last attack of the half, I feel. It'll go ABDUTCH's way. Upamecano will clear. Kimmich will put it back in the mixer. Musiala with the double touch. And that was Upamecano coming in again, but either way, it will not matter. First half ends 1-0 to ABDUTCH in this do or die affair.
Yeah, advantage. And as we said, once you get your nose in front within the mobile platform, it can be very hard to get to almost kind of get yourself back ahead of your opponent if you're the one trailing. Of course, if you're the one in the ascendancy, you're the one with the lead, it can almost be harder to increase the lead than it is to lose it, because again, it's only really going to be mistakes here that could cost the difference.
Well, the sides have swapped, but the mission remains the same. Oh, and it's headed in by Gnabry, and that's a second goal from ABDUTCH. How big could that be to double his lead in this do-or-die affair? And you said it, Wes, he was already in front, but that makes the task that much harder now for FIREWOLF.
That is a massive, massive goal. Double touch into a stunning cross, and it's Serge Gnabry, who's not exactly known for his heading capabilities, but watch that reaction. ABDUTCH absolutely delighted. 2-0, and could potentially be seeing himself into a grand final where he can go back up against Talon and Sui.
Lovely show of appreciation as well from FIREWOLF, but I think he caught a lot of people sleeping, me included, ABDUTCH. A lot of people still returning to their seats from the half-time break. But Serge Gnabry doubling the advantage is a huge, huge foothold in this group stage.
Interestingly, you can see their play style on the right-hand side of your screen. The reason why ABDUTCH is able to get those area balls, playing with the out-wide play style, which the minute the ball goes out wide and goes to the LMF, RMF, it essentially is like a green light for those attacking players, as we're going to see Muller and I think it was Choupo-Moting coming on. It's a green light for them to basically head for the box. And as such, we are seeing some really good gameplay here to basically play to their playstyle strengths.
We were underway after the goal. The job is simple from FIREWOLF. You need to score at least 2 without conceding in the next, well, less than half of football.
And interestingly, you can see the attacking biases on the bottom of your screen here as Coman goes to Musiala.
Musiala! Oh! Denied by the frame. Just feels like Dutch has a little bit of the rub of the green so far, as FIREWOLF almost claws one back straight away.
When your luck is in, your luck is in within eFootball. And you can see you can see that just almost that crunch of the fingers to just keep himself loose. He knows what he has right now in his hands is a 2-goal lead with just under 60 minutes on the clock. And he's got to protect this lead.
Corner comes to nothing. Wow, look at this green grass for Koeman to run into. Up at Meccano. He'll just about use his strength to get FIREWOLF the ball back. Long ball from Goretzka, just headed down. And all of this is just going to eke some of that time off the clock. That's all Dutch needs to do to feature in our final later on this evening. Tell out to Guerrero. Oh, that's a stunning ball. An even better tackle by Meccano. Muller cannot get his strike away, but time really running out now for FIREWOLF, representing Bayern in that home strip. Really needs 2 quick goals because we're approaching the final 10 in-game minutes here. And well, he's won the ball back here with Tell. What can come of this? Kingsley Coman tries to turn, and I think the referee may have just given a free kick, has he? Where's he given this? Where will the ball be spotted? Oh, it's agonisingly close. It's Kimmich who stands over. Will we see a pass into Tell? And oh, yes, we will!
No flag either, game on!
That is a lifeline for FIREWOLF, and it sets up a very thorny, nervy final 10 in-game minutes from ABDUTCH. Could be the biggest 10 in-game of his life here.
Yeah, it's going to require a big in-game 10 minutes, and you can see from the lineup as well, ABDUTCH trying to block that pass, still couldn't get a man in front to exactly where it was being placed. And now ABDUTCH, I can imagine that, as we said about the nerves being turned up to 11, probably turned up to 100 right now.
Well, he's coming through here with Tell. I'll try and reinstate that 2-goal lead. Stunning strike is blocked very well. 5 in-game minutes to go. And the first port of call has to be get the ball back.
Yeah, FIREWOLF's got to push here to try and get this ball back.
Goretzka cannot latch onto that one. And most of the eyes here in the Allianz Arena are trained to that clock in the top left. FIREWOLF needs a goal.
It's time to go for broke if you're FIREWOLF. You have got to basically go all in. You have to at this point, because and you'll see it here. You can see the moving around of players, and you can see it's almost a case of put everybody forward, because once the clock ticks down and the ref's whistle goes, it's game over. There is no extra time. There is no penalties. There is almost no tomorrow in eFootball.
Indeed, this is still a group stage affair. But forget all the permutations, forget everything else. The goal is simple. You need a goal, and he's coming forward here. Choupo-Moting trying to feed Koeman. 5 minutes added on. Needs to win one of these balls here, but it's cleverly played. 94th minute now, 95th just ticked over. Neuer plays it out wisely, and that will do it. Smart game management from ABDUTCH at the end of the game. And what a game it was to finish off our group stages. It will be that man securing the victory, 2-1. And moving on to our mobile final, commiserations to FIREWOLF, of course, a tricky group to be placed in. He did himself very proud in that final match of the groups, but both our finals are set now, Wes. We have our finalists, and the winners of our next 2 matches on stream will be heading to Tokyo to represent this Bavarian club.
Yeah, Bayern München will have a couple of warriors to go and present them. Today has been cagey up until this point. I would imagine it's going to get a little bit worse now that we're going into our grand finals on console and on mobile respectively. We are awaiting final confirmation on Naples versus Shishi, and that was because that game was happening off stream whilst this game was going on. So we will have to kind of wait and see exactly what the score lines are, but we know what is happening on the mobile side of things. It's going to be Talon and Sui versus ABDUTCH in the mobile grand final.
Oh, what a phenomenal game. A phenomenal game, and I think it speaks to the real class of Talon and Sui that we saw earlier on. Obviously, both players, as we just saw, FIREWOLF and ABDUTCH playing really, really well, rising to the occasion. But Talon and Sui earlier on was able to, I don't know how to say it, just really dull the blades and dampen the fire of these two that we just saw on stage.
Yeah, this will be a very interesting contest, and whether the game plan or the game style changes between a group phase game and a finals game. Of course, as we said, the kind of the added pitfall being that extra time and penalties may be called for, which means that yes, you can dull the blades to an extent, but the reality is that you do need to score. So you may not necessarily be able to win this grand final 0-0. It'll just be intrigue that will follow this as we see the highlights here.
And you just think about that Harry Kane header we just saw on the highlights, where it's so close just before half-time, and then ABDUTCH says, oh, that's what you were trying to do. Okay, let me show you how it's really done with Serge Gnabry. And at that point, if he scores that Harry Kane header, it's 1-1 going into half-time. It's a completely different complexion. But it all just goes to show at this level, you have to take your chances.
Yeah, it's moments that define the games is what we're seeing. You know, we can no doubt probably go back over the entire course of the live stream, and you'll be able to pinpoint exactly where games were won and lost. You know, you can cast your mind over to Isco's golden chance that he missed with Harry Kane, which then would have changed the complexion on the console side of things. You then look at the header that we've just seen there, that FIREWOLF didn't put away, that would have left it very, you know, a much different prospect going in at 1-1 before then subsequently coming out at half-time and within 5 in-game minutes was down 2-0. Yeah, you know, I think although these players will be proud that they have got to this stage, players who are out will certainly be questioning themselves as to what they could have done differently, and more important, they will go back and look at it and say, I could have done better there, I could have done something different. And
that's the thing, isn't it, Wes? You don't want to be walking away from the Allianz thinking, I wish I'd taken that opportunity, or if I did this better. You want to leave here with no regrets whatsoever. And unfortunately, so far today, we've said goodbye to a lot of players, but there are still some players in this competition, and one of them is ABDUTCH, and what a fantastic opportunity he has going forward to try and take a step closer to the finals in Tokyo. Semra, over to you.
Thank you very much, guys. Salam alaikum. Congratulations. I can only imagine how you feel about going into the grand final as one of the representatives for the mobile platform.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm here.
Bravo. You can still translate if you want to. It's all good.
It was a difficult match, but I won. I made some tactics. That's why I won.
Yeah? Okay. Talk to me about the tactics. What did you do?
أفضل وسيلة للهجوم هي الدفاع. I was أفضل وسيلة.
You can say it in Arabic and then he can translate if you want. Whatever is
دافعت
comfortable.
كثيرا عندما أكون فائز الدفاع دائما.
Okay, defense, yeah?
I prefer defense because I see that the defense is the best way to attack.
Okay, I like that. Interesting. So, should we expect that strategy, that style from you in the final? No?
We don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
كل مباراة وتفاصيلها.
Every match has its own details.
Okay. So, are you more the type to wait and study your opponent and adapt your game to them? Or do you stay true to your own playing style and make them adapt to you?
No, دائما أغير في التكتيك دائما. I'm flexible.
Ah, he's a chameleon. He's flexible and adaptable.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are in a wonderful stadium, home of FC Bayern München.
I'm so happy I'm here. Allianz, this is amazing. Allianz Arena. And I will see. I'm gonna win the final.
Oh, I love it. We have so much confidence here today. It's exciting to see. Well, I hope it works out for you. Good luck.
Thank you.
And shukran.
Thank you. شكرا على واجب.
So, anything else you want to say? Okay. Okay, great. All right. Well, I'll leave you to it to get ready for your grand final. And we will take a little bit of a short pause as we get ready because there is obviously a lot of excitement building. We have 2 more matches left to go. The grand finale for the mobile platform and for the console platform. Stick around and we'll see you in just a few minutes.